Hello, everyone. Welcome to the visionary speech today. And I'm Kun Jong Lee, and I'm very excited to be the moderator of this section. This is because this section, believe me, is going to be very exciting. I think many of you may be watching the playoff games of Major League Baseball these days. And 10 teams are competing for the final World Series championship. And most of you should also know about Shohei Ohtani, who is a two-way player, excellent in both pitching and hitting, and very likely to be the MVP of this year. But do you know, 50 years ago, there was a kid who won the World Championship in the Little League Baseball. He was also a two-way player at that time. And now, after 50 years, this kid has become a great researcher in our field. In fact, he is not just a two-way player now. He is a many-way player. He is still playing baseball and sometimes serve as a coach for some baseball team. And he has written hundreds of high-quality papers, initiated many important national projects in science and technology, helped found several new companies, and served as the vice president of two well-known universities. And he is Professor Cheng Wen, our speaker today. Professor Wu has done so many.
Hello, KJ. Thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction.
Yeah. Okay. I think he has so many awards and done so many things. So if I want to describe all his achievements, it will take a long time. So I suggest you go to the ITC website to look at his biography. So now I will just leave all time to Professor Cheng Wen Wu. Okay, Cheng Wen, please.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now, thank you for the introduction, KJ. I have this honor and privilege to share with you my experience with organizing teams in sport technology, beside my research in memory testing. So this is the topic of my talk: sport technology industry, a new frontier for AI, 5G, and semiconductor. So this is a brief introduction of myself. I played in 1971 Little League Baseball World Series, and we won the champions in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And I as KJ mentioned, I still play baseball from time to time. Now let me start with Tokyo Olympics about 3 months ago in July. If you remember the games in Tokyo, this is the first time that the International Olympic Committee try to broadcast the games, the content, mainly on social media. So Olympic Broadcasting Services was launched in 2018, about 3 years ago, by the IOC, and they provide an all-IP infrastructure to support the ultra-high definition, high dynamic range production workflow for the audiences over the entire world. And OBS provides cloud-based solutions for broadcast workflows, which is called the OBS Cloud. And OBS Cloud is a collaboration between OBS and Alibaba Cloud. So Alibaba Cloud actually runs the logistics in cloud services. And OBS Cloud allows for greater flexibility and remote production for different media platforms in all over the world. And they provide an innovative digital fan engagement suite. I'll show you some examples later. Focuses on social media, as I mentioned, and provide digital and mobile content mainly. So young generations in the entire world, they can watch the games, not just from the TV channels, but also social media via YouTube, Facebook, IG, and so on. So although there are no spectators in this year's Tokyo Olympics, however, there were 3.7 billion social media engagements up to August 9th. Let me show you some examples. At Tokyo 2020, originally, they planned to use technologies. And the IOC actually signed a contract and agreement with Intel back in 2017. However, due to the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, the games were delayed 1 year from 2020 to this year. And it was held in July this year. And as the agreement, according to the agreement, Intel provided, together with NTT, the 5G technologies in sailing, swimming, and golf. So when we look at these pictures on the slide, on the left side of the picture, originally, if there are spectators, the spectators inside the stadium can use the 5G technology and AR or VR goggles headsets to watch the game real time on site, provided by the 5G service to add AR content when you view the games, the matches. And because there are no spectators, we still can see the broadcasting services with some AR contents that's showing, for example, on the picture at the bottom, the swimmers, you can see who is leading, who is the second, the third, and so on, and the real-time records, including the world record and Olympic records and so on. And as Intel is the major sponsor of technologies with the Tokyo Olympic, Intel bring their drone teams there and show the drones. As you can see on the picture, a fleet of 1,824 drones replicates the Earth in the sky over the National Stadium in Tokyo during the opening on July the 23rd. And to the left, I listed some technologies. First is the 3D asset tracking. And this is the collaboration between Intel and Alibaba. And second, the TrueView, also by Intel. Biometric data provided by Panasonic. And virtual 3D graphics, 2D image tracking, and so on. And also, Trackman decided to provide object tracking, but due to COVID-19, there were no spectators allowed on the field, on the golf course. So the service was not really deployed. But multi-camera replay, live and on-demand immersive 180-degree stereoscopic and 360-degree panoramic coverage actually did show on the broadcasting services. I did watch the games on gymnastics because there's Taiwanese athlete who won the silver medal on pommel horse contest. So these are the technologies, but we ask ourselves why we should work on sports technology. As we are all ITRI members, if you remember that in 2019, October 2019, there's an issue on the ITRI spectrum showing some sports technology research results. And to the left, the picture shows the cover of the ITRI spectrum issue. And inside the issue, they are discussing technologies like sensors and software that protect athletes from injury and improve their performance. And on the left, Why do they do this? Because in the past, sports science, the main objectives for sports science is to research, scientific research, to work on methodologies, knowledges, skills, tools, to provide tools and services to protect athletes from injuries and improve their performance. This is traditional research. However, in the past few years, the research has gradually turned into providing technologies for the sports industry. So on the right, we can see that there's an issue in 2017 on Time magazine, telling us that there are so many messages in there, but one of the messages is that the kids sports in the US is a 15 billion market, which means that parents in the US, they're willing to spend money on their kids for sports. And in general, there are so many surveys and estimations, predictions of the sports industry. I'm just showing one of the results from the market research provided by Sports Value in 2020. On this slide, it shows that the entire sports market globally is about 756 billion. And they partition the market into 4 segments. For example, sports pro, 171 billion, sports retail, 270 billion, and clubs and gyms fees, 115 billion, infrastructure, food, and beverage and betting, 200 billion. So altogether, 756 billion. And we all understand that the semiconductor industry is huge already, and the semiconductor industry is about maybe 500 billion. If we're lucky this year, over 500 billion, which is still smaller than the global sports market. So that tells you how big the market is. And the survey from TechCrunch to the investors, asking them that what kinds of technology will make the biggest impact on sports in the next 12 months. The survey was done on 2019, just before the pandemic. And if you take a look at the answers, you will be able to find that fan engagement technologies are among those on the list. They are the most important. So investors would like to invest in fan engagement technologies like live streaming, gaming, esports, gambling, media distribution, content platforms. And the second is athlete performance technologies, wearables, coaching platforms, recovery, health, and so on. And the next is stadium experience technologies like in-venue services, ticketing, safety, security, analytics, biometrics, sponsorship measurement. All these are technology related. So that shows that investors are investing in technologies in the sports industry. So come back to our teams in Taiwan. I have organized 2 teams, one in National Tsing-Hua Universities, and the other one is in National Cheng Kung University, which I served in the past 2 years. So the team in NTHU, as shown here, I'm giving you a few examples that the technologies that we have developed in the past few years. The first one is shown, is deployed during the Tokyo Olympic about 3 months ago. We have a player from NTHU, a master student, called to the left of the slide is a picture showing Taiwan's Nianqin Chen, who was competing with Italy's Angela Carini during the Olympic Games boxing match in Tokyo on July 27th this year. However, before the game, we tried to analyze her opponent, the previous games, that she has performed. She has been gone through. And after our analysis, shown in this information system, using AI to do automatic labeling in training and try to identify the events and tactics of Nianqing's opponent in the previous few games. So the night before Nianqing's match on July 27, we sent the analysis result to her the night before, helped her to win the game. And similarly, we did a similar thing for table tennis analysis, trying to identify the events and tactics of his opponent, and also in the doubles, we have Yunru, Mr. Lin Yunru, and Zheng Yijin, the mixed double game. They won the bronze medal. So all the analysis have been done by AI algorithms. And this is another work showing a tool that our team have developed. To the right of the video, you can see the player being trained, who is wearing a headset, VR headset, and the video prepared video, which can be used for the trainee to decide the next move, which one should he do, which move should he act, and then the system will tell him the move is correct or incorrect. And also our team, based on the video that we took for the content, our team also try to generate computer simulation scenarios for training. So the system for feasibility, a 360-degree video must be filmed beforehand, and the system automatically generated so many different random scenes for the trainee to train himself using the VR system and the AI backed algorithms. Another work is a smart baseball that we have developed. Inside the baseball, there's a 9-axis G sensor embedded, and also Bluetooth communications module. And just under the skin of the baseball, we put pressure sensors, pressure gauges under this skin, so that when the pitcher holds the baseball and throws the ball, the sensor will actually sense the pressure of the fingers. So on the left bottom of the figure, you can see the cocking trajectory, and with also the movement is sensed by the G sensor, but with also the pressure on the fingers. So we can do many analysis of the pitcher's entire motion, from preparation, wind up, early cocking, late cocking, all the way till follow through. And the key data that we collected includes force, rotation, trajectory, velocity, spin rate, and so on. And the prototype of the baseball is being developed by our industrial partner. And the next thing is the NCKU team. We organized the team, and during the National Intercollegiate Athletic Games this year in early May, we developed a system. And we also collaborated with Tsing-Hua Telecom, the biggest telecommunication provider in Taiwan. We worked together to work on the first 5G private network on university campus, which is inside the stadium. And the stadium is a smart stadium. We also invested in equipments, sensors, cameras, and so on, and also mobile edge computing, and connected to the campus network. So the picture shows the stadium inside the stadium, and there are table tennis games going on. And we developed a system which is called the technology enhanced broadcasting system, TEBS. And the TEBS shows many applications: free view angle, real-time 3D broadcasting, object tracking trajectory, AI-based multiple swimmer tracking for AR flags, and AR-enriched content, mobile edge computing-based instead video streaming, and so on. So through the 5G network, we broadcast streaming to the social networks all the game contents in real time, and also the results for all the analysis generated by the AI analytics software, and also the AR created by our team, embedded in the streaming video, sent to the 5G hub and broadcast to the viewers on the social network. And I'm gonna show you some examples. First one is drone racing and AR. And the video shows that the drone is 5G enabled, the first 5G enabled drone, at least in Taiwan. And the drones are sending the video through the 5G network to the player. The player actually wears the VR headset. So the player works like a pilot for the drone, real time. And then AR embedded content is shown here. So the real-time video streaming can integrate this AR content in real time. And through the private 5G network, spectators inside the stadium and outside, they can use their 5G handset or tablet to watch the games with AR content embedded. And for the table tennis game, I'm showing two videos here. The first one, as you can see, we can replay the game, the video, using multiple angle, free angle. You can watch the same event from different angles. And then the second video shows that we can track the balls very accurately and record the bounces on the table. So to the right of the picture, you can see the distribution in cyan color, the distribution for the two teams, and on top of the figure, you can see the after the game, you can see the distribution, the numbers for each player, and also the trajectory to the top of the figure, the trajectory in yellow color, showing each play. You can recall the trajectory of the balls. And finally, I'm showing the example of the swimming matches. So we add the AR content to the contest. In the beginning, the lanes and the names university for all the players, for all the swimmers are shown. And then during the match, the ranking during contest are shown on each lane, and also the record line for the national record and game record. So each player dynamically you can watch this. This technology is not new, but it used to be very expensive. But in this example, the technology are all developed by university professors and students, and we actually deploy that and using TV broadcasting and also social network broadcasting to show the result to all the audiences online. So in conclusion, I have shown you some examples that we have developed in National Tsing-Hua University and National Cheng Wen University. The technology owners are the university professors and graduate students, but in order to deploy all these technologies in real games, we need to collaborate with so many different industrial partners. Like I mentioned, Cheng-Hua Telecom is a telecom operator providing 5G services, and also the mobile edge computing switches the network infrastructure, and so on. But servers are invested by the university, and also for cameras, we deployed camera arrays in the stadium, 44 high-speed cameras, and we invest in image stitching servers and also AI software, AI servers locally, and also Tsing-Hua Telecom provide data center computing resources if we need it. So there are so many different technologies that we need to integrate together in order to provide services in the sport industry. So sports industry is a very huge application area that technology guys can find many different applications to provide services to the athletes, to coaches, to team owners, and to most importantly, to the fans, which are the major source of the cash flow. So the industry comes, the income comes from the market, and the real market spenders are the fans all over the world. Through internet, you can reach all the viewers all over the world, not just the spectators inside the stadium, which is very important. So in conclusion, we need to work on so many different technologies together to provide tools, applications, systems, and services to the market. And this is interdisciplinary work. So we need to train and provide opportunities for our students and engineers and professionals to work together to serve the industry, which is huge. And on the bottom, we can see that all these new technologies, they should be deployed on top of the semiconductors that we develop. Thank you very much for your attention.
Cheng Wen, it's really a fantastic talk. Yeah, and I think there are so many technology that can be applied to sports. That's what you say, right? And in your last slide, you show that the semiconductor is the basis of all these technologies.
Right.
So, can you just summarize for us what kind of semiconductor device will be used in those applications?
For example, if you deploy AI, you need to have AI accelerators. And so many people are working on AI chips right now, and not just on the endpoint devices like handsets, cell phone handset, local servers, edge computing servers. It also is very important to work on chips for data centers and so on. So this is for AI. But 5G also is communication. There are so many communications that we needed. I didn't have time to mention about IoT. There are so many different sensors that we need to deploy in smart stadiums. And RFID tags and readers, and also wearable devices for training on the athletes. And also we need to have AR, VR, and also so many different devices. Every device need chips. So cloud computing, mobile edge computing, high performance computing, and then immersive media. All these needs semiconductors. I mentioned about the smart baseball. We had G sensors inside the baseball, and also pressure sensor, and so on, and communications devices. So this is a very huge area that we need semiconductor devices to enable all these different applications.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think time's up, right?
We now have a question from the audience. Let me just read the question. This is from Robert Ruiz. And he said a very cool use of AR, VR. So what's next? And what other applications we will, as consumers, see deployed in the near future? What other application? Yeah.
So in addition to what I have mentioned, like Intel is showing in the 100-meter dash to track the assets during competition and collect data showing their performance in detail. This is one of the application. And in smart stadium, we can track not just we can try to analyze not just the assets on the field, but also the audience behavior. If you use AI to analyze the audience behavior, then that can generate business for the operators of the games or the owners of the club owners of the teams and so on to do business because money comes from audience, from the fans. So as I mentioned, the investor invested mostly in fan engagement, the area, because that's the origin of the huge market. So in the near future, we will see that technology provides services to the audience, to the fans on the internet, not just the spectators on site. And these technology will help generate economic values, add on the original business model. That's what we are expecting to come very soon in the near future.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah. I think we now have no question from the audience. But maybe I can just ask another question. So it looks like we need more interdisciplinary workforce for the sports industry. So as university professors like me, what should we do for this?
Okay, that's a very good question. What we have done, let me give you this example. What we have done is to invite professors from different areas. For example, in the NCKU team, there are professors from EE department and professors from CS department and professors from athletic department. And also in the National Tsing-Hua University, the example, I have created a sport technology center. Also in the center, we invite professors from EE and CS and also industrial engineering and also professors from athletic departments. We work together in the center, and students coming from different departments also work together on projects, trying to integrate people together first, then come to work on a team, and then they work together to learn from each other to come up with a system. So this is the necessary procedure that we try to train interdisciplinary talents for the market in the future.
Okay, I think we are running out of time, but I think I will just ask the last question, which is also from the audience. Does the smart baseball store
Yes.
the data, or rather transmit the data in real time?
Right. We use Bluetooth, and we have come up with some data in real time. So when I show the experimental results, the data shown on the bottom left, which is coming from the sensor of the ball, and this is the cocking trajectory from early cocking to late cocking, and the trajectory from the sensor is in blue line. But we use a double radar as a tracker to compare the results, which is in red. And we have seen that the result is not perfect, but it's quite close.
Okay.
And the data actually is collected in real time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's really great. Okay, so I think sorry, I have to close this session. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for your
Okay.
attention.
Thank you, Cheng Wen. Yeah. So we will enter the. I think what you say. You may go to the exhibition hall to social with other people or visit the exhibitor. Yeah. And we have about I guess 25 minutes break now. So that's close our session. Thank you very much for joining this session. Okay.